Hey guys, welcome back to episode 7 of Enigmatica 2 Expert Mode. So last time we got our fusion reactor set up, we got some lithium production, but we ran into the problem of not enough power throughput. And I said I was going to make these cryo-stabilized flux ducts, which have infinite energy transfer. So I got that set up, I got that hooked up to our induction matrix, which is full. This really didn't take too long at all, because we're only burning... Where's this output? 242,000 RF a tick, but we're making 2.69 million. I bumped up the injection rate to 90 here, and it looks like we can handle it. I haven't had any more problems with the fuel or anything. I think what I'll do to keep this a bit more neat is put this on the bottom of the reactor. I think that's possible. I think you can put reactor ports on there, but I'm pretty sure if I break that, it's going to stop the reactor. So. Although now we have a big buffer, so it's not really going to cause too many problems. I'll probably do that and stick this underneath and run it under, and then expand this a bit further. I put in a second cell, so we're up to 400 million RF, is that? Giga RF? I think so. 400 million in storage, so we really don't have to worry about power ever again. And we have this laser charged to max if we ever need to start this reactor again. I also added a second molecular assembler tree here, as I was running out of recipes in applied energistics. I think I was down to the last 3 or 4 maybe, and I added I basically doubled the capacity for recipes now. So they're also all acceleration cards, so they're max speed. And this is 32 interfaces on each one, so that is a lot of recipes. But still, we might even have to add 3 and 4 pretty soon, because there's a lot of stuff that now needs autocrafted that is heavily nested. As you might have noticed as well, I started to add a roof on this place. Yeah, I'm kind of liking how this is turning out. I still will change this or do something with it, but I also set up this mob farm here. It's a mob duplicator, so I can put in mob imprisonment tools for anything that we need in particular. Yeah, I was setting it up to get gelid cryothium to make these flux ducts, and I thought I would just set up a system that is easily expandable. So instead of just temporarily setting it up, I thought I would set this up because I know we're going to need it in the future, right? We're going to need a couple stacks of these dusts in order to get mana dust later on, and that's used in a lot of late game recipes. We can also use this for things like ender pearls or inferium or anything. I have plans to also set up another mob farm which takes their armor, so we can arc furnace that and get things like terra steel, mana steel a lot easier than doing it through the traditional Britannia way. So that'll be somewhere here as well. I was thinking maybe we go downstairs here, and then I'll maybe just put it directly below this and funnel the drops into this drawer system, which is also connected to AE2 through a storage bus there. I found myself also running out of applied energistics circuits, so I quickly just set up this crystal growth chamber to make fluix, and then one advanced inscriber per circuit here. So these all make processors on demand. So if I have hundreds right now, but I'll just order another 100 logic, and this will make the processors and send it back to the AE2 system. So today I'd like to set up some ore processing, because we have a lot of ores, as I said last time. 113,000 copper, over 100,000 iron, lead, aluminium, lots and lots of stuff. But it's all, I've just been processing it all manually thus far, and I don't think that's going to cut it later on. So I think I'll use the IC2 machines, as they are overclockable, and I think they're the fastest in the game once you have max overclocks. The thing about overclocks is they do consume a lot of power. I think it's exponential, so it gets like thousands of % more power usage. But I mean, we have a reactor now, so that shouldn't be a problem. In order to get overclockers, I made a batch of them way at the beginning of the game, just handcrafting. But I want to set up a automation system that can give us overclocker upgrades. They're made in the carpenter here. Just some tin plates, copper cable, and basic control circuits. But it also requires this IC2 coolant. So the IC2 coolant is made with lapis dust and water in a fluid solid cannon machine. Let's set up something that will give us overclockers on demand. Alright, so the plan is to have a macerator here, macerating our lapis into lapis dust. And then I'll put the lapis dust into the fluid cannon machine, which also needs water. I'll put that probably on top here. And then we'll put a ejector upgrade in the macerator that'll automatically eject it into this cannon machine here. Make sure you set it to fluid enrich. And then I think this takes 8 per recipe. Yes, 8. So that'll get us the IC2 coolant. We do need this later on as well, but I think I'll set up just a dedicated production. I don't think I'll steal from this because this isn't. It's not really that big a deal, right? I mean, these machines are really cheap to make, so. Anyway, next it needs to go into a carpenter here, and then fluid conduit, extract on brown, insert. Oh, that's giving it the lapis. I can't do that. I'll do it like this instead. Alright, so we got our IC2 coolant in here. So now I'll put an interface, and this is where we'll put our pattern. Then this should provide the recipe to the carpenter. I'll set the extract on the back here. This will put the finished product back into the AE system and complete the craft. So I got the pattern here for applied energistics. I'll put that in the interface. Let's try and request one overclocker. Was good. Nice. So next thing, the first thing I want to do is overclock this system just to make it faster, and then I'll start building our ore processing. Alright, so as for where we're going to put this ore processing, I really want it close to this drawer system because it's going to make it a lot easier to filter items and things like that. So I think I might just put it against this wall, and that'll make it really easy to basically conduit everything from here out to there, processed, and then go back into the drawers. So we need to work out which ones we're actually going to process, right? So all these basic ores can be macerated and then smelted, but some of them, for example, some of the other ores I have here, like black quartz and like maybe aquamarine, I don't know if we're actually going to process these because I don't think there's much need. It's probably best just to do it on demand, whereas these ones we go through enough of to have them automatically go through processing and just keep the ingot form instead of the ore form. Alright, so I've decided to move it around the front here as it would make it easier to pull from the drawer controllers, since they're both sitting, or there's actually 4 of them, one in each corner here. So I'll have to extract from those and also insert back in there. So having it here just makes it a bit simpler. Anyway, I went through and had a look at some of the ores we have to process. I have them separated out here. These are the ones that just need macerated, and then they'll be sent straight back. So things like diamond, I'm just going to macerate once, that'll double it, and then that'll go back as the diamond gem back into the drawers. The ones over here are ores which are, for example, iron. That'll be macerated into crushed iron, that'll give us 2, and then smelted back into iron ingots, and that'll be sent back. So I need to figure out the best way of extracting from these controllers. I'll probably just use Ender IO filters from here. I might put some buffer chests and change this about, but I'm going to get all the filters set. That's going to be quite tedious, so I'm going to start that just now. Alright, so I'm just trying to figure out the best way to pipe these items from the drawers, and I remembered that I had hooked this conduit here which goes all the way to the sieve system. I don't know about anyone else, but I find it really difficult to come back to like setups you've done before and try and remember how you set it up, especially if you're using different color conduits on your, or different color channels on the conduits. I mean, it doesn't matter how nice and neat you set it up, there's not really a solution to, I mean, I guess you could probably write down the channel colors or something like that, keep a note of them, but yeah, it's coming back to old systems and trying to integrate them is not easy. So I just had to move this conduit from here to here, and now this should all be separate apart from one brown channel connection, which is easy to work around. I can use different channel colours on the conduits without having to worry about interfering with the sieve system there. Alright, so I moved some things around here. I got all the conduits set up, I think, as just a proof of concept, and then I'll clean it all up later once I know it works. So all of the way I have it set up is I have two filters here with all of the ores that we are going to macerate and smelt. And there's one filter there, one filter on the bottom. And then they're all getting extracted into the macerators on round robin. The macerators have ejectors on them. They're going to put them in the crates and then round robin them into these furnaces. The furnaces will eject on the top here and they'll all get sent back into this ender chest. Okay, I hooked up just a chest here just for the output rather than putting them in the ender chest, just so I can test to make sure all the things are going in the right places. So now if I grab a stack of, let's say, iron ore, put it in here, hopefully this should all be distributed amongst them. Yep. All looks good. This one here is missing overclockers. I think I might go up to 10 actually on all these. Maybe more. Okay, they all have 10 overclockers in them now. Let's set up the other one for the macerators. Alright, I put down the macerators here. I think I've got everything set up. Obviously this power cell will move. So yeah, let's just test this out then. So I think if we just set this insert on, what colour was it again? On blue. Insert. This is getting stuff now. This should now be going to the macerators. And it is. Put the overclockers in. That should be getting ejected and then put back in this chest here. Very nice. So now if I can just decrease the priority on this. They should all stop going in here now. Oh, I have round robin mode on here. This shouldn't be on, that shouldn't be on round robin. There we go. I still had the priority on 0 there. That should now fix it. So all this stuff should be going back in there. So we should be getting emeralds. Alright, I realised that the problem was these didn't have any extract speeds on them. So I think it was limiting the extract just to this one chest. So now, yeah, now it should be going. And I've got the bottom one set as here as well, yep. So now since this should now be working, if I set this to blue. And because this is separate conduit network, the blue won't interfere with this one, so we should now be extracting here. Nice. I might have to upgrade extract speed these as well. So I'm not sure if this system will be fast enough. I might have to overclock a bit more. But since we have an extreme backlog of things to process, I'm not sure if we're processing faster than we're producing. Although now that I'm thinking about it, like 5 furnaces that are 10 overclocked, I mean, there's no way we're getting that much ore from the void ore miners. So eventually this will catch up, and then we'll be left with basically just a couple ores in the system from the ore miner. Alright, this seems to be working quite well, and all that's left now is just to tidy up the area. I'll probably connect this path in here, and then the same over this side as well. Maybe put like a little roof on here, and yeah, this build should be done. Alright, so to finish off today's episode, I'm just going to expand this induction matrix, and I'll also move this cable underneath to connect to this port here, just to make it a bit cleaner looking. Alright, this should be the last of the casings. If we move this port here. Alright, now I have to move this port on the back, so hopefully this doesn't stop the reactor. I'm very doubtful though. I'm assuming it will. So we have backup laser power here, and we also have backup fuel to start it if it does go down. So let's just do this. Yeah, as I suspected. So I'll put that there, that there. It did form again, so that's good. And we have got our connection here. So for the third and hopefully final time, let's start this up again. It's looking okay. The heat is going back up now. Energy is going back up. And I think this should now be, yeah, it's fully charged now. Alright, I'm going to put this back together. Alright, I got it all cleaned up now. So that's our induction matrix. Eventually we'll swap out this power cell here with a flux plug. And that we should be able to get those relatively soon as well. So, but for now the power cell's fine. I also got the front portion of this building done here. I think it turned out okay. It took me a while though with all the curves on the roof, because originally I'd built it one block to the left and it was annoying me, so I really had to fix that. I couldn't deal with that. Anyway, yeah, I got it done, and in here we're just still waiting on this process in the backlog of ores. If we still have a lot to go through, but like it's done most of the coal, most of the redstone, most of the uranium, a portion of the iron as well, and the gold. So it's gone through quite a bit, and it's only been about an hour or so, maybe just a bit over that. And with that done, I think that just about wraps up this episode here. I'm glad we got the ore processing done. I finally got the power situation sorted. That's something I've wanted to tackle for quite a while. Finally our reactor is stable. It's producing decent energy. We have good power storage. We just need a way of transporting power without the limit of the power cells, but that's not too far off now. Next time I think we'll tackle advanced rocketry. There's quite a few multi-block machines, as I've said here before. So I think most of these I'm going to end up building, and probably launch a rocket as well. So I think our advanced rocketry system will be in here. I'm not sure about the launch pad itself, that will probably be elsewhere. But yeah, that'll be for next time. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.